Hey y'all, I'm back with part 3 of the altered book tutorials. So, excuse me, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when I start covering the pages up. So, and I'm also going to cover a few pages up for you to show you what I'm doing. So this is the book. I painted the cover as I did in part 2 of this series. So this is my cover. I am going to decorate it. It is not finished yet. When I open up, I have started decorating it with pages. So these are all my backgrounds for my pages. Of course, I'm going to embellish. I'm going to add pockets and embellish them all and all that fun stuff. Okay, now we're here. So I've already cut these out. I'm going to stand up. I don't usually stand up in my videos because I like to watch myself on the video as I do this, but I'm short and I need to stand up whenever I do this. So hopefully I'm in frame. I like to be able to tell that I'm in frame also. So I've already cut these pieces. I am going to do a few pieces I'm going to cut and show you guys how I cut them. I actually use my tear ruler. This particular piece I did not use my tear ruler because I did want it just square because I thought it looked better. Now it does look like my pages are a little uneven, if you can tell, but they are not. Let me show you a good example of one. Like right here, it looks like it's bigger up top than it is in the bottom. And the reason is when I was tearing my pages out, you see how they're more clean up here? And they're a lot thicker and not clean down here. So it made a little bit of bulk down here. I can actually, see, pull it apart. Whereas on the top I don't have to, but that's okay. I'm just going with the flow of it all. In the end, it's going to look gorgeous. And I don't really think that's going to matter much. So I'm going to be embellishing this a whole lot. I plan to have lace and fabric hanging out the bottom of it. And like I said, I got this inspiration from Kathy Leatherman at the retreat that I went to this last week, which was amazing. And her work is absolutely gorgeous. So I got my inspiration from her. She was working on one for a swap. And her book was just gorgeous. So I've already got these tore out. And as you can see, I tore these out. So I'm just going to paste these down. I think I got my next pages picked out, but I might not. I thought I did. Oh yeah, I do. All I have to do is tear them. Okay. So on a lot of these I'm tearing. I like the torn look effect of it. I think it looks better, personally, than the full page. But you do you. It's your journal. And you make it how you want to make it. Everybody's is going to be different. And they're all going to be beautiful, I'm sure, in the end. As long as you put time and heart into it, it will turn out gorgeous. So this is coming up a little bit, so just put some more glue down. And it looks like I didn't glue it very well along the edges, so I'm gonna put some glue down along the edge. Make sure it's glued down real well. These I'm just going to do some coffee stain paper because, of course, on some of my pages, I decided I just want them plain. And then when I go in, if I change my mind, and you could do every page if you wanted to with just coffee stained. And then when you go in, you can choose what design you would like on the background and you can just cover it up. That's another way of doing it. I'm not doing it that way, but there's lots of different ways to do this. So you could totally just go in and cover all of these with coffee stain paper. I will tell you to make sure you have lots of glue on hand. If you're using a glue stick, it takes a ton of glue. On my other one, what I did was I took my art glitter glue and I put it down first, and then I went over it with a glue stick. But it was just taking so much time and effort that I decided just to do just the glue stick. And it seems to be working pretty well. So now we're on to this page. Make sure I'm still in frame, and I am. And I've actually got two picked out. I think I'm going to put that on one side and this on the other. I really like how that looks. So I will go ahead and show you now how I've been tearing these out. And all I do is I get my pencil, I mark about where it would need to be, mark down here where it needs to be. Can you see that? Am I in frame? Mark on the bottom where the page would end. And then I get my handy dandy tear ruler that I made, and I do sell these. If you are interested in one, you can contact me. They are lovely. It is a deco edge. So I just lay it down, easy peasy, rip it. Rip it, get this out of the way, and then I rip the top of it. I rip the side of it. I see how it fits. It looks like we need a little bit more ripped off. I just rip a little bit more off. I'm gonna rip a little bit more off the side, and we should be good to go. Beautiful. Look at that. So I'm going to bring my paper back and do the same with the other side. Just want to make sure I'm in frame. It feels like my book is moving as I move. It's hard to do this sitting down, at least I think it is. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. So again, I'm going to lay it down, mark about where I need to tear it. I'm not real particular on it, to be completely honest with you. That was not straight, so I'm gonna, plus it needs to come off more. Whew, it's not straight at all. That's okay. Wonder. Ah! That was not supposed to happen. Let's see. At all. It was not supposed to happen at all. That's okay. That page is just going to be a little different. Just a little. Like I said, just go with the flow and go with your mistakes. Don't freak out whenever something doesn't go the way that you had planned it to go. I call them happy accidents. And sometimes they turn out to be beautiful. I know that some of my work that I thought was going to be horrible actually has turned out to be the prettiest. So you sort of make sure you get the edges on the inside crease of the book really well, because those do have a tendency to want to pop up. But make sure that whenever you flip your pages over that they're not glued together. I don't know if anybody has one of these, but it is used for embossing, and it is powder on the inside. So if you use a lot of glue, just powder it down the middle of it, and it will make it not stick together. I'm doing a video, sweetheart, so. Okay. I'm about going to need to switch glue sticks. I'm sorry, my daughter, she is silly sometimes. She's doing laundry, which is down here by my craft room, and she had to make sure that she made a point to let me know that she's doing her laundry like a good child should. Anyways, so yeah, that's crooked, but when I come back in, I might even cover that up. I'm not really crazy about how crooked it is and how it looks, but when I come back in to decorate it, I might just cover it completely up anyways. So there's tons of options, and nothing is ever runt, so remember that. I'm going to grab a glue stick real quick because of course I'm going to need it. I have another page that I'm going to do on camera. Let me see what time I'm at. I'm at 9 minutes. So I'm going to do one more page and then I'm going to go. And yeah, hopefully this inspires you with your altered book. I'm trying to decide if I want to tear these. I think I might tear this side, but cut this side. So I'm going to cut it really, really quick. Oh, I have y'all on there. It won't take me but a second, I promise. I'm coming back already. Let's see. And it fits. I think I need to trim a little bit more off the corner, but we'll see. I might end up tearing that. So, let's see how this is going to look. I do keep my scraps. You could always use my big scraps. I do. You could always use those for pockets, or they're really good for doing collages or masterboards. I do have a video on masterboards if you're interested in what that is and you don't know. They're super fun to make, and then you can make pockets out of the masterboards and all kinds of stuff. Actually, they're pretty neat and fun to do. Yeah, I think I like the look of this being straight. Over here, I'm just going to go trim a little bit more off the edge of it. And like I said, you can do your pages. They don't all have to be the same. They can totally be different. Like some of them, I like to have a straight edge on them, and some I like to have the torn look. So it's not so mundane, and you don't have the same thing going on throughout the entire journal. But again, it's your journal, so do what you want with it. And that does aggravate me about my pages not being, about it being super thick down here, but I'm just going to have to go with it. It's just a little aggravating. And this glue stick is done. It's time to throw her in the trash. So I hope these videos are helping you guys. Of course, you don't have to follow the way that I'm doing it. You can do it your own way. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Who knows, your way might be better than my way, and it probably is. I'm definitely not no pro at none of this. Never claimed to be. Or professional, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, just the main thing is just make sure your pages don't stick together, because look at this. It's already wanting to stick together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my powder thing and powder it. Now it's good to go. Now they won't stick together. So that's a little trick for you guys on these book pages. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to post it, and I'll post it to the group. And I can't wait to see what you guys create.